What does a marathon feel like to you?
Oh, I about cry when I see everybody going by, because I know how hard it is and how easy it is to give up on yourself. And all of a sudden they had this opportunity for women. Mm-hmm. And I thought, why not? Why not me? Somebody yells out, oh, six-time. They were kind of, six-time qualifier. And I was kind of embarrassed, you know, because now I'm like, you bet. I mean, because the older I get, I mean, I bike this far now, but I have a great appreciation for it now when I think of what we did.
Mm-hmm. What was it like at that first Olympic trials for women?
Oh, it was so awesome. There were almost 300 women. I can't actually remember exactly how many, but there were so many Minnesotans. I think there were 12 Minnesotans, but we had, Minnesota had the second highest number of qualifiers. Unbelievable. So I was really proud to be from Minnesota that had that many qualifiers. I was 26. Let's see if I was born in
26.
Yeah, I was 26.
So in 83 you got married, and then 84 you had...
No, we didn't have any kids.
84 you had the trials, and then when was your first child born?
Jenny was born in 87. Mm-hmm. So then that next year, that was when I also became the athletic director, was teaching and coached cross country, middle school basketball and track, and ran.
What was your training like, I guess, early for those first two marathons?
Oh gosh.
First two trials.
It was mostly doing long runs and running how you felt during the week, and then a long run on the weekend. So we would run at 6 a.m. 5 days a week. Mm-hmm. And then one day on the weekend we'd do our long runs. So we would do throughout the rest of my time when we were running together or not. Middle of the week was our hard intervals. We'd like do our hill training then in the middle of the week. We do our long fartleks, progressives, our mile intervals. Then on the weekend, we would do our long run. And some days it was just a long run. Other days it was go out halfway, turn around, and can you run faster back? And we would do a trade. We called it a trade, where two of the moms would run while the other two watched all of our kids. And you got an hour. And then you switched, and then they got an hour. And we would do that once a week. Houston, I really do, because Laura was only 5 months old, and I was still nursing. So I don't know how, I had to get a bigger singlet, I'll just tell you that. But we were both dead last for probably 3 miles. And that is a humbling experience to be dead last. And just remember what your goals are, and don't let anybody change that. If you have the feedback that you can reach this goal, don't doubt yourself. And know that in that marathon, you're not going to feel great, but you can still run and compete at a really high level. Even if it's not like you're not on, you can still race well. You and Laura were both born.
Yeah,
so I had 2 children. And let me tell you, don't just bounce back. People say, oh, when you have a child, you're so much stronger. Well, they don't know what they're talking about. It is harder. You don't sleep as much. You've gained weight that you have to manage and not try to do it too quickly or you get hurt. But I think the longevity piece of advice that I would give is to have balance in your life. So one of the last trials I qualified for, that was the story I told you upstairs. When I didn't think I could do it, I thought I could qualify and went to the rock and roll marathon and bombed. Like 7-minute pace, could hardly do that, and something was just off, so I dropped out. And then trying to do that again, it's like, trust your training. So I dropped out thinking, what am I doing, 46 years old? I just made a fool of myself thinking I could do this. And so then get back on the treadmill and find out, but I can run 6-minute miles for multiple repeats. and then not telling anyone because I didn't want to embarrass myself again. But Jim said, "Give it a go. Let's try this one." So we went out to Austin, and to do that with no one knowing. There was no one cheering for me there. No one except Jim. And then my brother from San Antonio came out and surprised me. That no one knew what I was doing, but you have to have that inside that this is the pace I have to do. I had no idea who the other runners were, but just confidence in your training, faith in your training, and you'll know that you can do it.
Yeah, how did the experience? How did the experience change from that first one to kind of the 2004? Was it kind of? Did you feel like it grew every year?
Yeah, I think I really enjoyed it and challenged myself more with each one. Maybe because it was more challenging the older I got. But like the last one, St. Louis, I ran with a woman that was probably 20 years younger than me. She was in her low 20s, and I was 46. I think she was 20 years younger. From Illinois, and it was just great to like encourage her, like we can do this, and I'm here on the same page with this young woman that's just starting her running career. I knew he has the genetics for it, he has the mindset, and he has the mostly the drive and passion for it. He has the hard work ethic. He's just made to be a marathoner in my opinion. He's a really good 10K guy, but he just has always been so competitive. So I'm really thrilled to have him enjoy so much of what he does too, and the community that he's met you, Ben, and many great friends like you that make life better.
Yeah, I just want to get the most out of myself on that day, and I can't really name like a time or a place, but yeah, I think it's just more of get the most out of myself that day, and I'll see where I land, and just learn as much as I can from the experience, and I'm gonna compete as hard as I can, and that'll be it.